Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kieran here from Gunners Fan TV. Today we're going to be looking at a press conference from the Man City vs Tottenham game. Pep Guardiola has been talking about Arsenal again, so we're going to find out what he's been saying. And yeah, just going to review the press conference. So here we go.
That's what we all think. Obviously, I know with Max on either side, we'll sit and Bargo partway through for Spurs City.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
First off, look, we had a bit of training yesterday and we didn't see Kevin De Bruyne. We're just wondering how he is and how important he is.
I have a personal issue. I'm not trained, but 2 days back.
He's back today and he's available for selection and he's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
How important is it that you sort of monitor everybody's fitness with all these games sort of coming so thick and fast at the moment?
Now we're going to train this afternoon and going to see the way you have to play and which room is going to play.
Well, that leads me on to John Stones and Ruben Diaz, who have been training. How close are they to return? Yeah,
they are back. That's 2 training sessions. They train really well both, so they are in contention.
And finally, look, it's been a few days.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to facing John Stones and Ruben Diaz together. I think they make a very good partnership and probably Man City's best defence. So to have them back before February is not great, but we'll see how it goes when we face them on February the 16th. So
it's obviously since the Manchester derby. Since then, obviously we've all talked about that VAR incident, the goal. Have you had time to think about it? Is it still frustrating? The reasons that have been given?
It's over. It's past.
He does not look happy, does he?
Focus in Tottenham. 2 minutes later,
I mean, he never looks particularly cheerful, but
to the team, focus in against Tottenham.
After previous games with those kind of incidents, we've seen with Wolves recently that Howard Webb's gone to go and chat to the club. And have you had any discussions with referees at PJ?
No. We have to improve our game, control what we can control. This is what big teams have to do. So it's the past, and that's all.
Pep, you mentioned before about in terms of scoring opportunities, only 1 scoring opportunity on target in the last 2 games. How big a concern is that for you right now?
It's the reason we are not.
just going to pause it there. He's looking quite anxious. You can tell he's very stressed out about that game. Very disappointed. Probably gave his players one hell of a grilling after the match. But it's things you like to see as an Arsenal fan. We don't want Pep Guardiola all happy and motivated because it makes our job a lot harder.
Sometimes our fluidity to play has not been as good as usual, and that's why to create chances you have to play good or make a good build up, put the ball inside to open, spread the defensive lines and we struggled in the last 2 games.
Is it a mentality thing at all?
No.
Do you feel? Not in the slightest.
When we play good, always I think it's because there is a tactical reasons, and when we play good it's because.
So I'm just going to pause it there. So he's saying it's not a mentality issue, but then why is Gundogan coming out and saying that some of the players are not feeling motivated? So is one of them lying? Is it Gundogan, when he doesn't usually come out that often in the press conferences and say stuff like that? Or is it Pep Guardiola trying to cover up the cracks? Either way, he's not looking very happy, so I'm guessing things aren't exactly all rosy behind the scenes, but it's, like I said, it's things you love to see.
There are tactical reasons, and I have the duty to find the solution on that. And this is what I have to do. About mentality, this type of group of players, not at all.
Pep, in terms of pressure, what is the difference of playing 8 points ahead or 8 points behind?
It's better. You can drop points, still you are there, and when points behind, you cannot drop points.
So you'd say more pressure being behind than being the one to be hunted.
Pressure is next game, so we are not.
Sorry, I know I keep stopping it, but he makes some interviewers look so stupid sometimes. Just sometimes the way he responds is just brilliant. He does make me laugh.
Table now, right now, to think about it and big expectations. A part of win the next game, and after the competition will dictate if they are 8 points in front. It's because they are solid, they are good in all departments, and they deserve to be there. They were better than us so far. So, but still,
I agree.
many games to play. It's how we come back and start to win the next game. Is the only important thing. Always when we're behind, I would say, don't think about it. To catch up Liverpool was in front in the last years, or just think and win next game, and after we'll see what happens.
Can you learn something from that squad that you know really, really well in a moment like this?
We have been in this position many times in the past.
Doesn't look happy about it, does he?
First time we're there.
On that point then, Pep, does that make you and the team pretty relaxed at the minute?
Relaxed?
Yeah.
I've never been relaxed, even when I played
You can tell.
Before a game or during the game, never. No.
And just when you were talking about the fluidity of the team, is it a case of you're still trying to learn how best to play with Erling Haaland, or likewise him learn best how to play within the City squad?
We have played really good with him, so it's not about that. So I'm saying to play better, to create more chances, is to provide balls to him or for the other strikers as much as possible. This is what we have to work with.
And finally, with Spurs, I know you always talk about the
So I'm
next
just going
game.
to pause it. Do you think they're struggling to adapt to playing with such a dominant striker? I mean, they've been playing with a false nine for the past 2 years, and they've done really well. It seems like goals were shared a lot more around evenly than they were, obviously, this season. I mean, obviously, our Haaland's got like 20 plus goals now, but I'm not seeing a lot of other players in the Man City squad come up with goals. I mean, I know Foden's chipped in with a couple, but usually De Bruyne's would have a couple by now. Gundogan probably had a couple, or would have had a couple. Obviously, just general sharing around with goals, and it's not looking like it's very harmonious at Man City right now.
Game, does that make Spurs the biggest game of the season, not only with what happened on Saturday against United, but now the points gap to Arsenal, etc.? Is Spurs...
No, it's not about what happened against United. It's not happened about the table. It's what happened in Spurs. That has always have been a tough opponent for us. For the quality for all the years, this year is not an exception. And of course the importance, to win the game.
Alright, so Pep Guardiola's not looking too happy. I'm wondering if it's just him, or a lot of managers recently. They claim not to look at the table, but I wonder if it's actually something that keeps them awake at night. But anyway, looks like Pep Guardiola's feeling a bit stressed, which is only good for Arsenal. We don't want him all calm and relaxed, otherwise it means that he's confident of catching us up. He's not sounding too confident. He's been in the press a number of times this season saying how Arsenal are the better team. So it's going to be quite interesting. I'll be doing a watch along for the Tottenham versus Man City game. Obviously we've got to keep an eye on our rivals. Not Tottenham, because they're not our rivals. They haven't been for a long time. Actually, I don't think they really ever have been. Maybe over the last 6 or 7 years they've been close. We're competing with the same things, but in reality we're not exactly competing with titles with them, are they? So we're going to keep an eye on Man City, keep an eye on that point gap at the top of the table. But apart from now, I'm going to leave it here, and I'll be back shortly. Peace, God bless, have a good night.